What's up, everybody? It's me, your boy. I'm not gonna give this all the extra energy because that is not the energy I'm trying to approach you with right now. Right now, I'm here to talk to you about serious things going on in the world. Put simply, Black Lives Matter. I am a black man in America. This whole thing, everything that's been happening, not only the past couple weeks, but for many years, like not even just like in terms of like my understanding of the world, but long before I was conscious of this shit, has been happening to the black community. Our lives being undervalued, being treated as though they are not worthy or they do not matter, you know what I mean? Us being killed in cold blood because of the color of our skin. It's horrible. It's there's not a word to describe it that I really think gives it the power that I feel in my heart. But anyways, I just want to talk about this real quick. Not because it doesn't deserve the time, but because I'm much better at having a conversation about it than really letting my thoughts out just in a post or just talking about it. I tried to do a video about this a week ago actually, when it was all fresher, and I just ended up rambling for like 25 minutes, and I was like, you know what, I don't have it together right now. Thing is, like, being part of this community and seeing things like these videos of the police killing black people, hearing the stories of these different killings, you see yourself in those people, you know what I mean? You see yourself or your family members in them, and you really do feel their pain, you know what I'm saying? And it's always disheartening, it's always frustrating, it's always sad, and it's just been a roller coaster of emotions for the last couple weeks. And I don't know, I guess I'm not really here to tell you that it exists. I'm not here to tell you about my personal experiences. Not that it's not important to go over, but I think that you should be more than aware. Like, if you can't see that racism still exists in the year 2020, if you are presented with all this evidence, all these videos of these things happening, not only to these people, but also the police state and the brutality and the abuse of power, if you have all these videos in your face, and trust me, they are everywhere, and you still can't see it, you don't want to see it. Like, straight up. So I'm not going to sit here and just go through a laundry list of stuff that you should know by now. Like, whether you live it or not, it's in your face, you know what I'm saying? And to see it, I'd hope that you would be disgusted and bothered by it and understand that that's the way we live our entire lives, you know? We get taught these things at an early age when we should just be playing and chilling and being innocent children and shit. And we're taught this stuff to defend ourselves because it's going to be something that we have to deal with earlier than we should have to deal with it. Getting pulled over isn't like just oh man, I'm gonna have to pay a fee if they decide to give me a ticket. Like, it can be life or death. It's way more tense than just like a stop, you know? I have friends who work out, who go on runs in their neighborhood. The thought of them exercising shouldn't make me afraid if they're gonna make it. That shouldn't be a thing. Black Lives Matter. A lot of people keep getting mad. A lot of people keep trying to come up with excuses. They want to get mad at riots and looting, and they want to change the narrative, the focus of the conversation. But whenever I see people trying to shift the conversation, honestly, all that tells me that you value other things more than human lives. Oh, you know, rest in peace, but. No, there's no but. There's no but. This person was killed. This person was murdered. These people are getting murdered by the people who are supposed to serve and protect them. You know what I mean? Murdered in their sleep while they're calling for help. And these are just the recent examples, you know what I'm saying? It's unacceptable, and it's everybody's problem, you know what I mean? Like, we live with it, but at the end of the day, like, this is our world and our community, and And just because it doesn't affect you directly doesn't mean it doesn't have an impact on you and your world as well. This is something we all have to fix together. And I don't know, man. I thought I had it. But I'm still all over the place. Because I really thought I was going to focus and figure this out. Because I've been just trying to organize my thoughts. But you know, it's easy to get emotional about it. I didn't want to just focus on the shit that hurts, you know? But it does. But I wanted to just, I guess, talk about my feelings with regard to the change. I might have missed some points. I didn't really want to dig deep into just the reality that black people just want to be able to live. They want to feel like their life is worth something. They don't want you to invalidate it by bringing up property or bringing up, you know, things that literally have nothing to do with us or that are out of our control. You know what I'm saying? Everything that people try to bring up, alternatives, all this stupid shit, they're literally just trying to take it away from the discussion at hand, is that we don't deserve to die based on how we look. Black lives matter, and we shouldn't have to live in fear of the police, of racists in our neighborhoods, of people who should be on our side looking at us a certain way and also coming at us as well. Like, we shouldn't have this many enemies in the world just for being us. That's how we have to live, on the defensive every single day of our lives. But I'm hopeful about the future. I personally have been to 4 different protests in the last week. I might go to a few more and then get a COVID test just in case. But yes, I've been to 4 different protests, and I don't know. They've been special to me in my process and healing and processing everything. I have one friend who had gone to 1 or 2, and she had expressed how she couldn't do any more because she was tired of yelling, tired of wanting to be heard, tired of expressing all that. And I kind of had the opposite effect, because I feel like when I go to these things, I hear and I feel other people's pain, and it's my pain too, and it helps me not feel so alone. Because when I'm at the house, like, you know what I mean, when I'm up late at night and I'm just thinking about this stuff, it's like you get just trapped in this like dark little bubble, you know what I mean? And being at these protests and these rallies and these different things, I just feel like there's this sense of community, this sense of this closeness to these people I don't even know, but who feel the same about this issue, who care a lot about what's going on, more so than the people in power who are supposed to. And as they're screaming and they're sharing their stories, you know, I see myself in those stories, and I hear myself, and I feel that emotion as well. And I think and in doing that, like I said, you feel like you're just not, you feel like you're not crazy. You know what I mean? I've been on Facebook more than ever. Facebook is the worst social media I have. And I just sit there and I'll read some shit, and I'm like, yo, you guys can't really think like this. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know. It's a different thing for me. I think it's been really important, and it's been really good for my personal mental health in terms of just processing everything and getting through it, and just being able to feel unified on this front about this issue that's so important. It just really just does something for me internally, and I'm sure that's the case for a lot of people. Empowering experience for me personally, and damn, I lost it again. And it's given me a lot of hope, because back in like 2014, 15, I was still in college, and that was around the time of the what was it, Mike Brown, Eric Garner, all those things, and we had, you know, protests on campus and stuff, and it was powerful. But this feels different. It feels way more, like, it just feels way more impactful. It feels stronger. It feels more determined than ever. These protests, they've been going all week, and they're not stopping. You know, the momentum is still rolling. You know what I mean? And it's already yielding results, but we're still rolling. You know what I'm saying? Like, justice for George Floyd, but like we still got to fight for Breonna Taylor. We got to fight for everybody and everybody in the future, that so this doesn't happen anymore. You know what I mean? Defund the police. So many different aspects of this whole thing. Communities uniting instead of fighting within themselves. There's just so many different aspects and complexities to it. But what is different this time, what feels different this time, is that it doesn't seem like we're just trying to, express frustration. It feels like we are demanding more. You know what I'm saying? And at the beginning, I was skeptical, but as it keeps going, I just feel like I've grown more and more optimistic that something will happen. And I don't know what that is. I was talking to my friend about it, and I was like, I don't know what the finish line is. You know what I mean? I don't want us all to get tired and this just to pass because like, this isn't just a day long thing. This isn't a week long thing. This isn't a trendy thing. This is like a lifelong thing. You know what I mean? Like, we have to fight for this every day of our lives. We have been, and will continue. And so I just hope that people who are getting involved continue as well. You know what I mean? Because this doesn't end for Black people. You know what I mean? This is going to go on forever. And so I'd hope that other people in other communities who are participating and mobilizing with us will continue to do this forever. You know what I mean? When they see bad things, when they hear bad things, problematic things, they challenge their peers and they challenge strangers, and they, stand up and be real allies. You know what I mean? And obviously that takes shape in so many different forms. And I guess that's been my whole thing is with this whole video, I guess, was just to talk about that. There's so much you can do. And I encourage you to do so. Like I said, protests have been very helpful for me personally, but I understand that life happens. We're still in a pandemic, anxiety, lots of stuff. Maybe you can't get out there, maybe you're not comfortable getting out there, but there's so much stuff you can do online, whether it's sharing resources, taking the time to learn yourself or to educate others, signing petitions. There's so many petitions everywhere. I'll try to find some and put them in the description. And supporting people in these communities, you know what I mean? There's been so many things here in Chicago or whatever. There's been plenty of volunteer options where it's like cleaning up the neighborhoods that have gotten destroyed via the rioting and stuff like that, donating resources, supplies, food. There's been this rise of Black professionals and creatives who are almost like, it's kind of like demanding they be acknowledged as well, you know what I mean? So like, whether it's businesses, YouTubers, streamers, anybody in these different spaces, industries, there are plenty of Black people looking for work who are just as talented, if not more talented than the people that work there, but they get overlooked because of the color of their skin. Again, I followed so many more people because I've seen so many threads and shit like that. I encourage you to look out for these creatives as well and, support them in their journeys as they try to grow, get resources from them, to supporting Black business, Black creators, donating to these different organizations that are for all these different causes in the community as well. There's so much you can do. And there's so much you can learn. Like I said, I'm much better at having conversations about these things than I am just delivering them, because it's very complicated. I get all over the place with my thoughts because it's never just a straight line. It's like a roller coaster. But so yeah, if you want to continue talking about these things and you know me in real life, feel free to hit my line. If you just want to be internet friends, you know what I mean? Hit my comment section, my DM, whatever. Be on the right side of history. Black Lives Matter, and they need your help right now. And together we can change the world. So I completely encourage you to participate in any way that you can, any way that's possible for you. Just make an impact anywhere you can to the people in your lives. We can be the change. I really do think we can. And a week ago I wasn't so sure, but being around it enough, seeing so much, I have this renewed sense of optimism in terms of what we can accomplish together. That's kind of all I wanted to say. Just wanted to say, like, you know, shit's crazy, but it's like it's not new. It's just news right now, but it needs to change. And obviously, it can be overwhelming. So make sure you're taking some breaks just to get away from some of the overwhelming, traumatic content that is just flooding the internet. But never step away forever. Recharge and get back in the fight. You know what I'm saying? But if you listen to this, I appreciate it. I'm grateful for you as always. That's been it. That's been me. That's your boy. I will be back very soon. Actually, very very soon. I'm not gonna sit here and promo anything because that's not what this is about. But be on the lookout for me. Never forget Black Lives Matter. You have a voice in this fight. So please use it. Please help in any way you can. Thank you.